Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about working with the true power of faith. Now looking into this video, when I'm talking about faith, if I'm looking into that 5-letter word, faith, we hear this a lot. Especially we hear this in religious groups, right? Looking into Christianity, Catholicism, etc. Right? We hear that word so much. Really, there's two types of faith that we're aware of, and there's that one type of faith that we're going to focus on in this video. So we can look at the common level of faith that will often pertain to hope. Right, is the feeling of outside assistance. Some type of miracle is going to come along. Someone's going to step up. Somebody will do something, and it'll all be fine. But it won't be me. It's going to be somebody else. Right? And this is the distraction level of faith. And that's not what we're talking about. Okay? We are not looking at hope. We are not looking at distraction. We're not looking at the church aspect of feeling that God is outside of yourself and that you have to give hope, you have to give faith, have faith that everything's going to be okay. You don't have any power whatsoever, but hey, something else is going to come along and you're going to have clear skies in that way. No, we're not looking at that degree of an illusionary faith. Okay? We're looking at the true faith. Okay? True faith does involve you. Okay? It's not about somebody else coming along. Some other big hero in shining armor that's going to come through and take care of this whole situation for you. No. This does involve you. And when we are looking at you, we're looking at faith in three particular ways here. One aspect of faith is love. Another is trust. And the third is devotion. Okay? And it is coming back to you. All right? You are involved. Okay? Oh no, somebody else please come along, somebody else please help me, somebody else take care of this, somebody else bring a knight in shining armor, because I can't handle this. Okay? And that is where the distraction, that is where the distortion lies. So that is false faith. When we're looking at true faith, there is no hope involved whatsoever. Because again, as I've talked about in the past, hope is just a distractive nature. It's again, trying to feel like there needs to be something outside of you to rectify a certain situation. Okay? And we're not getting into that. We're looking into the true faith where you are in the center, and through your love and through your trust and through your devotion to the Most High is what's going to bring you into the grandest level of faith. As I've talked about in previous videos, God is within you. The Most High is within you. Spirit is within you. The Mother, the Father is within you. The Kingdom of Heaven is within you. Anything you want to call it. Source energy. Source is within you. The Creator is within you. Okay? So, within you resides the power of the Most High. And the potency of that power comes from true faith. So when you devote yourself to that pure love, to that pure trust, and devoting yourself to the Most High that resides within you, here's your body temple. Okay? This is the house of God. right here. That's the house of God. That's God's temple. That's God's church, okay? It's not a stone building. It's not something that was erected by man, okay? If we are looking at saying, oh, well, I go to church every Sunday, all right, well, that's a church on the physical plane here. That's not the church we're talking about. You do not have to go to any church like that to understand this nature of faith. The true church is this guy. It's this person right now who's watching this video. It's this right here. This is your church, your house, your temple. And when you realize God resides within this temple, you are now dedicating yourself to the true nature of faith within you so that you can purely love, purely trust, and purely devote yourself to the Most High that resides within you. This is what we have been prevented from discovering about ourselves for thousands of years, right? We look at yogis, we look at monks, we look at all these great masters, we look at sages, we look at wise men or wise women, and we think, oh, well, they got it together. Well, they're a special kind of person. They're a special type of being. You know, that's their journey. They have that connection to these deeper levels of consciousness. Well, here's a newsflash. So do you. Just as much as they do, if not even more. Right? Whenever you're looking at a master, okay, whether it's a yogi, whether it's a mystic, whether it's a sage, whatever. Whenever you look at a master and you speak to that master and you get an understanding about what that master is like, if you decide to learn from that particular master, if you understand a lot of what makes him or her tick, you are actually going to become better than that master, right? The master may, in that sense, come together and say, all right, I will teach you a lot of these concepts. I will teach you all these things. Time passes and you're opening yourself up, right? You have great faith. You love deeply, you trust deeply, you devote deeply. Not so much to the master, but to the Most High. And that time passes and you're feeling amazing. And now the master is seeing through you things that you did not do before, things that you could never even fathom were possible through you. And the master even sees this, that you have something within yourself that even that master does not have, right? You grow beyond the master. So when you work with a master altogether, because they're a guide, they're a helper, that's it. They are not this, okay? Master is a guide, master is a helper, master is a teacher, helping you to unravel yourself, to open yourself up tremendously, to go into true faith, to love deeply, to trust deeply, to devote yourself to the Most High, to God, to Creator, to Source, right? In the deepest ways that, again, even the master may not be able to do. The master sees something in you that even they don't have. Well, how could that be? He's a master, she's a master. How could they see something in me that they don't have? Because you are another unique expression of the Most High, just as they have their own unique expression of the Most High. You discover your unique expression. For example, you may have so much deep love within yourself that all it simply involves is touching another person to where they're hurt, and within a second, that pain is gone. The master cannot do that. The master has to meditate for about an hour, and then they are able to do some other type of ritual, and then they work to bring healing. All right? So they can do the resultant effect, but it's done in a very different way. It may take them longer. Whereas for you, it's all within a second. That meditation is not necessary. Right? You have that form of loving instant healing to yourself. That's just an example. The master doesn't have that, and they're amazed by that. Right? It goes back to that Star Wars line in Episode 8, The Last Jedi, where Yoda looks at Luke and says, "We are what they grow beyond." Right? That's it. It's exactly the nature of the master. This person becomes something incredible, and they grow past what the master is, right? They transcend the master. And so they go to the Most High. And their faith is incredible. They have incredible love. They have incredible trust. They have incredible devotion. Because what they are able to do through the training that they have received, through their master, through their teacher, through their guide, through their helper, is that they are able to go to God. They are able to feel themselves with God, right? The Son and the Father, the Mother and the Daughter are one. And this is exactly what they are able to do. They go right to God. They see themselves bigger than the earth. They see themselves bigger than the entire galaxy. They see themselves holding the entire universe in their hands. And they can feel every single thing within the universe because they have completely harmonized. They have completely become one with the God energy. They are one with God. God is one with them. They are one with God. The Most High is now their vibration. And now you are able to do incredible things. You're able to do what Jesus did. You're able to do what Buddha did, right? All of these great masters, Mahavatar Babaji, etc. All of these great masters. You now have the capability of doing this. How is that possible? Because I worked with true faith. I have absolute love for the God within me. I have absolute trust through the God within me. I have absolute devotion through the God within me. And now I see myself as God. I compose myself as God. I portray myself as God. I walk this earth as a God man, as a God woman. And I'm able to do this because of my faith. Right? And with a person that has such great faith, their love is through the roof. It skyrockets, right? So they will go up to a person who's hurting. Maybe they have a sore arm, right? And they just touch that person on the shoulder. Instantly, that wound, that pain within that other person is gone. Okay? This is what some people may see like within evangelists, right? They look at the Christian church in that way and they see these guys up on stage and they're acting very, very wacky in that way. Sometimes it's almost amusing of what they're doing. It's like, right? The funny thing is, though, those people have so much faith in what they're doing that they actually do have healing take place, right? It's their beliefs, right? You can go up on stage and look like you're a total fool, but nonetheless, these people are so absolutely in faith with this person who they feel is in touch with God. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Nonetheless, their faith, their belief tells them this is so. And now you have people with broken arms healing themselves. As outrageous as it seems, and as funny as it is, because I've seen quite a few of them, right? Whether they're connected to Jesus, whether they're connected to God, who knows, right? Nonetheless, that person receiving this healing is so deeply connected to the belief that as soon as they get it from this person, they're better, right? That's what makes the difference. It's not the showman on the stage. Oh, I'm gonna heal you, brother. I'm gonna heal you, brother. I just, it's like a sideshow, right? But it's that person who has that deep faith. It's that person who has that deep belief, right? That's coming from within themselves. That's coming from within their own faith. And then they look at this sideshow. But again, through their own belief, that person is connecting, right? That person is it. And as soon as they touch me, my arm's all better. And it's better. Wasn't that fancy fellow on the stage dancing around, throwing his jacket off, trying to hit people with his jacket. I've seen this. I was just almost on the floor laughing, but nonetheless, people put so much faith. They put so much heart into receiving that. Okay, this guy hits me with a jacket, poof. Wow, arms are better, right? That person made themselves well. That person made themselves better. This is the idea of the delusion of religion. Thinking that somebody outside of you is going to make you feel better. Well, if you put so much faith in that, and that person touches you, then yeah, you probably will feel better. Because you're the one making that happen, right? Nothing to do with the other guy. The other guy is just dancing around doing the funky chicken or something, right? You're the one, through your faith, through your love, through your trust, and through your devotion, you're the one that makes yourself better, right? Power has always been within you. It's not even really about another person. Another person can come to you, and if they are truly loving, and they're truly happy, and you form a bond between the two, right? That love energy comes through you, and your body knows exactly what to do with that love energy instantly. So your body takes care of it. It's all this pure energy, right? If it's like a pure yogi that comes up to you, right? Meditating in a cave for 25 years, you visit him. He just puts his hand upon your shoulder. You feel that love energy coming in. Your body instantly accepts it. And now you shift and you become as good as new, right? You feel like you're 25 years younger again because of that, right? So that love is your love, right? So even if another person's right over here, okay, here's Mr. Yogi, he comes and he touches you, and all that love energy is flowing through you. That's your love. That love is yours, all right? So when you are encountering another person coming into your reality, doing healing work on you, you're not experiencing their energy. You're experiencing your energy. They're giving you a brand of energy. They're giving you a purity of love energy that is now coming into you. So all energy that you ever experience here on earth is yours, right? Because you're the only one here, right? So in that yogi, from their reality, they have all that love energy, and that's theirs. But as soon as they come in contact with you, that love energy becomes yours, right? And that faith healing, that powerful love energy, is now working and clearing you up because you have, again, complete and total openness relating to the assistance of healing towards that yogi, and through yourself, it becomes your energy, right? So this is what we do through the true nature of faith. It is within you. We build up our love, we build up our trust, we build up our devotion. And to do that, you have to know God, right? In order for you to know God, you have to realize that you within are God. That's the only way you're ever going to know it, okay? If you think you kind of sort of are God, you're not there, right? You still have doubts, right? That doubt is detrimental to faith. If I have doubt, if I feel, oh, this isn't possible, this isn't going to work, I'm not connected to the Most High, then my faith is basically going to be going through rupturing, right? I'm going to rupture everything. It's kind of like trying to pour soup through a strainer, okay? All of that water is going to leak out, and that's what doubt does. You're not pouring soup into a bowl. You're pouring soup into a strainer or a colander, right? And all of that is going to leak out. And that's what doubt does. That's what disbelief does. That's what fear, that's what anxiety, that's what our own sabotages do to ourselves. We turn faith into a strainer. We turn it into a colander. We turn it into Swiss cheese, right? It gets all these holes. And all these holes are caused by your doubt, your disbelief, your anxiety, your emotions that are contradicting and counteracting your ability to have the true faith within you, love, trust, devotion. So what am I saying here? You love the God within you. You trust the God within you. You have complete and total devotion to the God within you, because that is the God, right? Kingdom of heaven is within you. God is within you. God is also around you. God is also this physical reality as well too. But the source to God is in here. It's not out here. It's not over here. It's not like Jesus says, low here or low there, right? That is not where the kingdom of heaven is. The source to it all is in here. So we build up with that. How do we do that? Well, we have to clean ourselves out first. We have to give ourselves a scrubbing, okay? I've talked about this through many videos. We got to scrub ourselves. We got to clean ourselves. We got to clear out all of this doubt, right? What we have to do is we have to work with the emotions. We have to work with the traumas. And we have to work with the addictions. Okay? This is what we have to work with. We have to work with those mental addictions. The mental addiction to sabotage yourself. Oh, that's a mental process. That's in the mental body. We're looking at belief systems. We're looking at addictions. We're looking at unhealthy habits. Okay, we're all looking into the mental body. Okay, so the emotional body, deeper level of the emotional body, the mental body. Okay, of course, yes, we want to work with the physical body as well too. We want to work with the physical. We want to make sure that we are well, that we are whole, that we are taking care of ourselves, that we're giving the body its needs, that we're managing any forms of pain or chronic conditions, etc. What do we do with that? Love, right? BCR technique, TC technique, as simple can be, right? This is why I recommend it so much, because I'm hearing from people saying, Brad, I'm doing the BCR technique and things are changing. I'm feeling better. I'm getting better. I'm doing well because I'm doing BCR and TC daily. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to wake up in the morning, first thing, BCR technique, breath work, calmness, positive reinforcement. Okay? You get all that love energy flowing through you. Now you go throughout your day. I'm triggered about something. Okay, stop what you're doing. Withdraw yourself. Look into that trigger. What is this trigger telling you? Okay? State 3 things for the trigger. Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it fear? Okay, is it anger? Yes. What are you angry about? Is it sadness? Yes. What are you sad about? Is it fear? Yes. What are you fearful about? Is it addiction? Okay, that can come up as well too. It's a mental addiction, right? I just feel like I want to pull out a cigarette and I don't want to smoke anymore. But that addiction comes up. That's a mental addiction. Why do I reach for that cigarette? Why do I want to light it up? Right? What's going on? I'm afraid of something. Okay? What are you afraid of? And that's what we need to look into. Right? We get clarity on what it is that we are battling, what we're fighting. So whenever we look at these 3 categories, we ask ourselves, what am I angry about? I'm angry about what? I'm sad about what? I'm fearful about what? I have an addiction to cigarettes. Why do I have a cigarette addiction? Because I'm afraid. I feel like I'm over anxious. I feel like I fail. I feel like I'm mad at myself. So there's anger there too. Yes, and I feel like I'll get in trouble. I'm getting stressed out. I'm going through states of rejection. Okay? Those are the traumas, right? So now you're digging into traumas, right? So we start off with here, with the emotions. Sometimes that can lead us into traumas, and sometimes we can recognize addictions, right? And of course, through the power of faith, the power of our love, our trust, our devotion to the Most High, we are now able to build up all this love energy and clear ourselves out. As we start to clean ourselves up, we now go into the deeper states of faith, love, trust, devotion to God, to Creator, to Mother, Father, to Source, whatever you want to call it. It's within you. And now you're spending your entire time just working with God, working within, right? And now, as that gets stronger and stronger each and every day, you can do incredible things. You simply think of a manifestation. It's here, right? You're constantly being rewarded because you're taking your faith and you're using it for good deeds. You're using it to help others, right? You're using it to fulfill yourself, to move yourself into greater health, into greater wholeness, right? You're helping out a neighbor. You're helping out a best friend. You're helping out a family member. And you're stacking up all of these rewards, right? It's as Jesus says. Jesus referred to it as the treasure in heaven. Okay, store up treasure in heaven. Well, where's that? Where's heaven? Oh, Brad, it's up here. No, it's not. It's right here. Treasure of heaven. Kingdom of heaven. In here. Okay? It's not the stars. That's an outside belief. Okay? God's up here. The heavens are up here. Right? That's where God is. No. Right? Now again, God's life force is all around us, but the source to God, the source to the Most High, is right here. Right? This is where we go. We go to the source. We go to God. and we store up the treasure in heaven, or as I refer to it as God's piggy bank. All right? You're dropping coins in God's piggy bank every single day, more and more, because you're doing constant good deeds. You're working with love. You have faith in yourself. You have faith in God, right? You are devoting yourself completely to the Most High. You don't even see yourself as a self anymore. You see yourself as God, completely. God and you are one. That's the Christ. That's the Son of God. That's the daughter of God. Okay? So you are completely embodying the Christ within yourself. And what is the Christ, guys? What does Christ mean? Okay? It's an anointed. It's the ability of being anointed and knowing God, working with God, being God, right? The Christ of God is one who is with God, the one who knows God, the one who is God, the anointed one, all right? That's the nature of the Christ, right? When we're looking at Jesus, okay, and I say this so much, of course, it's pretty obvious with a lot of churches and religions, right? We say this all the time. Jesus is love, or the way, or the light, or Jesus saves. You are idolizing a person. That's all you're doing. You're idolizing him, right? And that is wrong, okay? It is not about Jesus is love, or the way, or the light. He's a great person, but that's not what he stood for. What was he? He was the Christ. So, Christ is love, is the way, is the light, saves. All right? Christ is the way, because that's looking at the ideal, right? That's looking at the nature of how you can be one with God. Jesus even says that you can do what he does, and even better than how he could do it, right? If he didn't say that, then yeah, of course, we're all going to start looking at Jesus, 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 Jesus. No, put him aside. He's not important. What's important is the Christ that he demonstrated. Him as the Christ is what we reflect on. That's the ideal. Because you don't have a true image with Christ, you have to put Jesus there. Jesus has to be the template. Well, Jesus was the Christ, so I got to put Jesus there. No. Right? Even when you talk to him, he says, get my name out of the picture. Right? Brad is Christ. You are Christ. Right? You are the Christ. You're seeing yourself, your body, your being as the Christ. Right? The Christ of God, who has this untold true power of faith, true love, true trust, true devotion. And that is how you become one with God. You have to see it. You have to recognize it. Nobody is going to tell you, hey, I recognize God within you. Right? Others may see it, but you don't. Right? You have to see it. This is why we want to get out of this thing of saying, come on, please help me see this. Help me, help me, help me. And we're clinging. We're wanting, hey, come on, help me find God within myself. Nope. Can't do that. Nobody can do that for you. Not even the greatest. Not even the wisest. Jesus couldn't even do that when he was here on the earth. So yeah, I see the Christ in you. I see the Christ on you. Here you go. Boom. No, he didn't do that. People themselves have to see themselves as the Christ, right? To be the Christ of God, to be son, daughter of the Most High, is your own journey. Okay, it's something that you have to recognize, something that you have to realize within yourself. When you do, you walk this earth as God. And you throw away everything relating to the mortal world. Nothing about the mortal world entices you anymore because you're so beyond it. You don't concern yourself about taxes. You don't concern yourself about money. You don't concern yourself about bills. You don't concern yourself about anything of that nature. You don't concern yourself about government, right? But you lend a helping hand to help people transcend those things, right? You're still reaching out a hand and you're helping people to show them where their power is being directed and what they can do to transcend that addiction relating to the outside mortal world and start bringing that power within. So one who is with God will walk into the mortal world, constantly reaching out his hands, constantly informing a person, hey, it's important that you know exactly what you're putting all of your power into. And now you're putting it into these groups. You're putting it into this political power. You're putting it into this money. Right? And we're going to mention that. But that person that's mentioning this, no, he can let all that go. He's done all the work. She's done all the work, right? But they reach out to people to help them understand. You cannot just help a person go right up into God if they're still facing money troubles, if they're still facing financial problems, if they're still completely enamored with a political party, right? If they're constantly worried about their own debt, they're worried about the approval of their family, control, etc. No, you got to take them through that. You got to show them about all this energy that's going through. You got to tell them that these things are not going to liberate you, that they're not going to bring you salvation. Only you are. Get your power out of these other things that are constantly sucking it up, constantly absorbing it. Bring it back. Bring your power back, right? Do not involve yourself with subscriptions of groups and feeling that, oh, this group will take care of everything. I'll just give my power to them. And you are disempowered by doing that. You are wrong, right? Oh, I'll give it to this person. This person will fix up everything for me. And you are disempowered. You are wrong, okay? So we look at that. We help them through those ordeals. And now when they finally start to realize that when they've actually given themselves their power, and they start to resolve all these matters through their own power, it is an exhilaration unlike anything else. I know, I've been there. When I did it for the first time, I couldn't stop smiling. I wanted to do cartwheels around my entire place. It felt so amazing to do that, to bring my power back and to start resolving these things, to see that I have this ability within myself, that God is within me, that I can work with God power, that I am unlimited, that I am eternal, that my spirit, my soul is immortal, right? And we get into that true nature. We get into that true faith. Now everything starts working. Everything starts coming together in our favor. We now start working together with other people. We help them out. They now see the light, as it were. And now we're feeling even more amazing. And we're putting up the treasure in heaven. We're putting the coins in the God piggy bank. We are reaping the law of reward rather than the law of consequence, right? So work with your faith, your true faith, the faith within you that is love, trust, and devotion to God, to heaven, within. This is what matters. This is your church. This is your house. This is your temple. Christ is the way, not Jesus. Be aware of that as you continue to work and strengthen your faith altogether. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com. Thank you very much for checking out my channel. Below you'll see my links to social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also go to healingcodecards.com, pick up your own Healing Code Cards body deck, and of course check out my website at newearthteachings.com. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video.